Hi, welcome back to True Amazing Podcast. I'm your host, Alicia, and today I want to talk about that something I never heard about it, but I feel like it's so important to know, especially when you want to change your life in terms of business, or even if you are right now listening and you want to change your life, personal life. I feel like manifestation, we just know about the law of attractions, but this one, I feel like I never heard about it is the law of correspondence. And I will not be the only one to talk about this. I will be with Maria. I am so happy because I love the word. I love the energy, what she brings on her Instagram. And she accepted to be my guest. So I'm so happy. So thank you, Maria, to be here today with us.
Thank you so much for having me, and I cannot wait to talk all things manifesting. It's literally all I talk about.
And before that, we start and we dig in about this law that I am so excited to know about. I want to know about more about you. So what do you do? When did you start your business? I want to know everything about you.
Yeah, 100%. So I'll kind of go back to why I wanted to go into business. So I'm 33 now,
Mhm.
and I was 27, and it was a period in my life where I was in a really unhealthy relationship. My mental health was spiraling. I was so unaware of like manifestation because we manifest 24/7, but I had no clue that I was doing it. And I was just living in this place where I started to get panic attacks. My anxiety was through the roof. I was struggling to like get up in the mornings. And my coping mechanism was to actually sleep because then I didn't have to think. And one day when you hit rock bottom, and I don't know if you've hit rock bottom or to anybody listening, the only way is up because it's out or it's up. And I was like, something needs to change in my life. And I learned to consciously manifest. I saw a counselor for a little bit to get some support, and it kind of partially helped. But actually, I read the book The Secret, and
Mhm.
The Secret is very it's brilliant, but it's very basic. It talks about the law of attraction, like attracts like. We are magnets, we attract things to us, which is so true. But it was really learning to become aware of how I was thinking, to become aware of my feelings and start to like let them pass through. Because for so long I'd like push things down and been like, no, don't say that, don't think that, just push it away. And when you start to do that, you get tension, you get anger building in your body. And it was from there that I really drove deeper into it, listening to the podcasts, investing in myself, like listening to courses, but still I didn't really do much with it. I was just really interested in it, and I really was at first focusing on my mental health, changing my thoughts, training more, feeling better about myself. I then manifested my husband into my life because my biggest like core wound was like that I wasn't lovable. And
Mhm.
I think this resonates. There's three core wounds: good enough, lovable, and worthy. And they kind of all boil down to the same thing, really. But mine was that I didn't think I was lovable. And so I really started to heal this core wound and really started to learn to love myself. And from doing that, I was able to manifest the love in my life that I always wanted. And I met my husband. Um, and then I manifested a house. And then I was like, hold on, this manifestation thing works. And so I started digging even deeper into it. And now I'm 33. So we're like 7 years later. And I decided maybe a year and a bit ago, hold on, let me do something different. I've been teaching for 10 years in a secondary school in the UK. I actually really like teaching. I think the education system needs some work, if I'm being completely honest.
I'm agree
But
with you.
I enjoy teaching and I do enjoy teaching and but I wanted something different. I wanted something more. I felt like there was a calling. And so I decided to set up a business. But I didn't at first. I wasn't one of these people that went into business and was making all this money straight away and found it super easy. I didn't. I found it hard. I found being in the online space really intense. It brought up a lot of fears. It brought up a lot of limiting beliefs for me. I found it was really difficult. And I started to compare myself to everyone else. I started to copy what other people were doing. And then I was wondering why things weren't working. And I remember it was 2022 and I sat on the kitchen floor and I just cried to my husband. And this is when I hadn't really gone full time into my business, but I was just trying to put stuff online.
Mhm.
And I just said, there's got to be another way. Like, I'm putting stuff out. it's not getting any reach. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'd invested in a course with an American coach. I put a lot of work into it and nothing could really come out of it. And I kept being told you're not working hard enough if you're not signing clients. So what did I do? Well, I worked harder because I was like, well, I'm going to do what I'm told, because that was kind of like the people pleaser in me. So it's going to bed at midnight, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then wondering why it wasn't working when I was sleeping on 4 hours like sleep, and I was working full time as well, spending all weekends, all over Christmas, just trying to get something to work, and nothing was happening. And I don't know if you can resonate with this or anyone listening can resonate with this, but I think there's a lot of toxic narratives online that you can get rich overnight like this.
Yeah.
And actually, on a money energetic level, you need to be able to energetically hold it. And that takes different people different amounts of time. And what you see online for one person, they may have made it, I put in quotations here, in a year. But what you don't see is the 2 years where they built their audience. What you don't see is the 2 years where they had a different business. Like, you don't always see the full truth. And so what I massively learned was to take a step back, focus, put the blinkers on, focus on my own lane. But I would say my business has actually been my hardest manifestation to date.
I love what you're saying because I can reflect with your journey, because what I love with your story, you say your business, working into your business is hard, and it's so true. Because for me, I remember when I started my business, I was the same thing. I invest in myself because people are telling you you need to invest in yourself because it's the only way. Oh, if you don't have the result, it's because you don't work hard. And I remember that I was working 10 hours, 12 hours, even 18 hours per day, and I still don't have a result. And I was trying also to emulate what people are telling me to do, or try to find the code that I like and maybe replicate what she's doing, because I'm telling her, oh, maybe she has the secret sauce. And when I invest someone, I say, oh, so don't give me everything. But as you say, it's like we don't know the full story, because just say, oh, she already has the community, she already have their client, so it would be more easy for her to sell an offer. So as soon as she drop and she knows so much her audience. And what I like what you say is really about, and I love the sentence that you say is really, you need to have, in terms of manifestation, a place that you, maybe I will find, but you'll be safe, that you feel that secure, that it's okay to have, for example, yes, this amount of money. Because for me, I feel like we don't talk enough about money mindset or money blog. For me, I have so much money blog that, oh, can I put this price? Can I value this price? Oh, I don't feel enough. Oh, I need to have more in order to be myself on social media. Because for me, it was all new to share, and it was scary for me. And what I like about your story, you said, no, it was hard for me. So I don't feel alone. So thank you so much to share that, because I feel like that when you see other people, I feel like it's so easy to do it. You just need to manifest, and yes, and tomorrow I will have 10K or 20K.
Oh my gosh, yes, there is so much of this going around online. Number one, for some people it is true. For some people it's not true and they're just lying. And I think that is where it's just having your blinkers on and keeping in your own lane. But also, like, people are at different stages of their lives. And there's two things here. Like, their soul contract may be that they would find it easier to get this, but in other areas of their life, they may be finding other things harder. And actually, their version of wealth, they're making the money quite easily, but actually what they deeply desire is love in their life. And they're really struggling with that element. Whereas somebody else may find it easy to manifest the love, but then in another area, they may find it a little bit harder. And there's no shame or blame, or everyone is so different. And I think the important thing here is comparing yourself to others, because it truly is the thief of joy. When you're looking at what other people are doing, the money they're making, it doesn't necessarily make you happy. And there was a massive realization I had last year. So I had been teaching like full time, and then last September I decided to go part time. So I work a couple of days in a school, and then I do my business as well. And for me, I love the blend of both. I don't talk about the work in a school a lot online. It's not because I'm ashamed of it, it's not because I hide it, but it's more for the fact that it's just a completely different part of what I do online. But I love the blend of being able to do both. And there are so many people that do both, but there is a narrative online that you have to be to be full in your business, you have to be full-time. That's not true. That's rubbish, and actually it's not very clever, in my opinion, because as you're growing your business and you're building your business, your reputation, as you're bringing money in, some people do go cold turkey and then throw themselves in, and they can do that. But if that's going to stress you out financially and you've got bills and mortgages to pay, that can put so much more pressure on your business that I think sometimes it's really wise to blend the both. And even if you're not enjoying the job you're doing, I actually really love teaching. But if you're not enjoying the job you're doing, it's then trying to find a perspective shift on it to frame it more in like, you know what, it's not really what I want to do, but it's guiding me to where I want to be while I grow my business. And I think this narrative that you're only full in when you're full-time in your business is just a load of rubbish. Because if you're full in and you're giving your energy to your clients when you're focusing on your business, and there's another part where you're focusing on something else, that's perfect and that's beautiful, and that may be the life that you want to create. And it comes back to like, what is your version of success? And my version of success is different to other people's, and I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. One day maybe the business will be the full-time, but there's no pressure on me to be like, I have to make this happen. I love serving my clients. I love working with my clients. And since I've started detaching from it, not focusing on anyone else, I have been getting people DMing me like, oh, I want to work with you. I had a lady the other day sign up for a month of healing. And so when it comes to your business, stepping back, focusing on you, what you actually want and not what anyone else wants, and really detaching from the outcome and knowing that you are doing what you need to do, but also listening to your body. Like my body tomorrow is saying, take the day off, go to the beach. So I messaged my husband. I was like, let's go to the beach tomorrow, because sometimes I work weekends. And it's really important to get the balance, because the reason most people go into business is not to be chained to a laptop 18 hours a day. You know, you've done it for freedom. Go live your life. And if you're working part-time while building your business, go do that. Maybe you're working full-time building your business. Amazing. Like whatever works for you is perfect for you. So normalize what you're doing. And I would like really, because I did get caught up in it, and I'm really happy to talk about it now because I'm out the other end. It's like, just do what's best for you. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about like how you found it and how you kind of got into the business as well. I think that'd be super interesting.
So for me, it was, I remember, so I have a PhD in neurology. So as I remember my last year on when I was in Switzerland, I was doing my PhD in Geneva. I love science, but I didn't know the way that people treat me, and also the way that you need to ask the permission in order to make a project. And I remember that I don't want to live like this way, but I say, okay, maybe it was just the environment was not good. You know, you are thinking, oh, maybe if I change the environment, maybe everything will change. So I went to Canada, and in Canada, what is happening, it was the same thing. It was, I love doing science, I love my project and everything, but I did not love, you need to ask the permission and everything. I was not be fulfilled. So when I come back in France, I was like, okay, let's do something that I really love about it, and something that I don't care, because I am a high achiever and I love to work, but I say, okay, I work a lot for others, why not to work for me? So I started to work for myself, and the first business that I did, it was about emotional eating. I get to have some clients and everything, and I was investing in myself, but it was not fulfilled, because I did that because I was scared to do something that is completely different that I was doing. You know, science, it will be it was my zone of comfort, and I was like, I want to be, as you say, free. I want to be fulfilled. And I was looking also about everything about the manifestation. Oh, sorry. So I was thinking about the manifestation. So I was looking about on YouTube, law of manifestation, because at this time, I remember I was in depression because I was dating a guy that it was a toxic relationship. I didn't love myself. And I was always feeling that, oh, I am not enough. So what I did in all my content, I was over-educated, because just to prove to other people that I am the one, you know what I mean? And I remember that all my clients that I have, they ask me questions not about emotional eating, even if it was that I was helping them to do emotional, but it was really about, oh, how you grow your business, how you have more people listening to your podcast, blah, blah, blah. So I try to do some advice, but always with the end that I am not enough and they get results. So after I switch to business and mindset, and I see a huge increase on my podcast and everything. But at the end of the day, I was like, it's missing something. I love what I am doing, but I was this part also to still people pleasing other people, to say, oh, I will still talk about emotional eating because my client loves that, but I was not on joy anymore. And what you say in your story was, I was not feeling enough in all in emotionality because I was feeling, oh, I am too big, I am not relevant and everything. So what I did this year, I was really working on loving myself and really start to say, okay, something need to change. I love what I'm doing. I love what to do everything, doing my serving my client, working on my podcast, working on my blog and everything. I love that, but I need to be happy because I feel like if I don't attracting the client that I really want, is because when I see my face, you can see that I was not happy at this time. And for me, it's like manifestation is not just affirmation, it's really that in terms of energy that people can feel like that you are not happy. And I was not happy. I was just doing what the algorithm want to say, creating content that the algorithm want to say, what people tell me to do, working always on my hook. And I was like, I was so tired and I get burnout and I get sick on November 2023. And my sister come to me and say, oh, just come back to the road. You love to write. So I decided to write. And is that I find my happy place? I was like, oh my God, is that what I want to do it? And what I did is I start to write. I say, of course, I love to share on Instagram, but I love to go deeper in conversation. So I come back to my podcast, I come back to my blog, I open a Substack and I start to attract people that is more aligned with me because it's like a self therapy. Even if I talk about mindset or business, it was really self therapy because I was talking about my perspective and not about what the coach tell me to do in order to have more clients. Of course, there are some strategy, but I was like, oh, but do I want to run a business about what people tell me to do, or I want to run what I do my vision board when I start in 2022? That I want to be my own boss, and this one really chief in my business is say, okay, I start to have people that I really love and start to have people really interacting what I want to say because I decided to come back to me and not to, oh, you need to do that, you need to do this. I was so tired at the end. I was almost burned out that I get sick. And when I come back to my place, I start to losing weight. I start to come back to gym, to focus on my health and everything. And I start to every day build my more confidence. And you can see why now I feel like even in my feed or in my other content, I start to attract people because they see the changement because I start to, let's say, manifest that the life that I designed in 2023, which when I left I quit my job because it was too much because I want to be my own true. So I start to be my own true in my business.
I love that. And like what you said that I think is really important for like anyone listening is it always comes back to self-love because self-love is like your GPS, your intuition is a part of when you love yourself, it is easier to tap into your intuition. It becomes your GPS and it literally is directing you in the direction that you want to go. But most people don't listen to their intuition because society conditions you not to.
Yeah.
And people are so consumed in getting all the material stuff and it doesn't always make you happy. And I think I started this story and I didn't finish the story before is last year. So once I had gone part-time, me and my husband said like every month let's go on holiday. So we went on a city break every single month last year. First of all, I learned that I don't like living out of a suitcase. It's not for me. I don't find it exciting. And we went to Austria, and Austria is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Like we was eating in Michelin star restaurants, was listening to Mozart up the castle, and I was literally like, wow, the life that I wanted, I've created, and I'm living it. But yeah, I would come home and I would get upset and be like, oh, I haven't made this amount of money in my business yet. Oh, I haven't done this. And I was like, hold on, this is a reflection to look inwards. I'm living the life, I have the meals, I have the holidays I want, and yet I'm still not happy, because it doesn't matter what you get, it doesn't matter anything. It's like we are constantly reflecting back to us what we think about ourselves. And this is the law of reflection that I'll get into a little bit. We have a creator field or an electromagnetic field around us. Our thoughts are electric, our feelings are magnetic. We are literally like a big magnet, and we radiate out our thoughts and feelings into the world. You can't see it, so people choose not to believe it, but it's always happening. And then we reflect back to us, not what people think about us, but what we think about ourselves. So if you're being more critical of yourself, if people are being more critical of you, where are you being critical of yourself? If people are ignoring you, say you're in a relationship and your partner is constantly ignoring you, ask yourself, where are you ignoring yourself? And then start doing things for you and start enjoying your time more. And what you'll see is they will switch, and then suddenly they will want to spend more time with you. And if they don't, then they're not the right person for you. But most people you find will switch, and then you start attracting them because you start radiating out, I love myself, I care for myself. And of course I don't believe you have to be fully healed to radiate out like a vibe or goodness, because let's be honest, in some way there's always going to be flaws or imperfections with humans. It's the human experience that we live in. But it's really important just to be aware of the reflections coming back. So this was 2 weeks ago, no, a month ago maybe now. We went to Scotland and I got covered in gnat bite from head to foot. Like everything, it was so itchy. And I was like, my husband didn't as much, and I'd been wearing the spray, and on the last night we were there, something had gone wrong and there was a leakage, and then it electrified the whole kitchen. I kept getting electric shocks, covered in gnat bites, and I was like, this is telling me something. This isn't a coincidence, this is telling me something. And then I came back and there was something else that happened. And so I was like, right, what is this telling me? Because when you're covered, if you get covered in like gnat bites or bites, it causes irritation, and somewhere you are irritated with yourself. So I got down into it because I read energy, and I got my mentor to work with me on it as well. And what we got to is there was a fear that I had to heal people, because my work is healing. And so I was taking responsibility for everybody else's healing. And because I was taking on all that responsibility, it was irritating me at a subconscious level. I wasn't consciously aware of it, hence why my body was covered in bites and all this random stuff kept happening. And so it's really important to know that reflections happen and they will trigger you. Because if you're neutral towards something, it's not a reflection, it just is. And because you're neutral, it doesn't bother you. But when you get triggered by things, it is an invitation to look inwards, but there is something underneath. And this is where my work is really important, in getting to the root cause and starting to release it. And I do that through different things, like hypnosis is so powerful in re-scripting the subconscious mind. Tapping, I love tapping. That gets like emotions from the unconscious mind, which is your body, and starts releasing them. And then energy work is really powerful, and it's literally a skill that you can teach yourself to read your creative field, to read the electromagnetic field. And so something I would love to share with you now that I find so fun, which is a way to start tapping into your intuition and your subconscious mind. Have you ever heard of the sway test?
No, I want to.
Okay, it's really fun. It's so simple to do. So I'll describe it because I know people listen to this. If you stand feet width apart and just neutrally stand there, relax your shoulders, and then just say the word love, you will notice that your body will sway forward. Say the word hate, your body will probably sway back. Say your name, your body will sway forward. Say a different name, your body will sway back. And what happens is, for everything that's true for you and like a yes answer, your body moves forward. For everything that's false or a negative, it moves back. So then you can start to test it and ask yourself specific questions, and they have to be specific, and your body will answer, because your body literally holds the score. And this is your subconscious mind talking to you, because your subconscious mind knows everything from the moment you were born, even before birth, when you was in the womb, to where you are today. It's so simple. Try it today. just have fun with it. There's loads of other ways, but this is my favorite and funnest one. And you start to realize that your body is always talking to you.
No, it's so true. And I love this. I think I will try today for sure. And what I love what you say is really that your body is talking to you, because I remember that when I was doing, I did emotional eating for myself. So I was eating a lot, binging. And right now, I remember that I know that if I eat too much sugar, my body will already say, it's too much. It's like I know I understand how to listen my body. And I feel like sometimes we don't listen our intuition because, as you said at the beginning, the society tells us that, oh, you need to do that. If you don't have this life, it's because you are a loser, or if you are this life, that you are better. And it's not true, because sometimes your intuition will tell you, oh, you need to do that. And it's so true, because I remember last week, so I love create digital work and everything. And I remember that last week I shared to my community, oh, this one that I would love to do. I love to come back to my intuition when I create my digital art and everything. And I was thinking, oh, nobody don't care. And people answer to me, say, oh my God, I want to, because I didn't say that it was my creation. And when people tell me, oh, it's so beautiful, I want to know the artist. And I say, it's me. And I say, are you sure? And I was so happy, because I said, oh my God. They say, oh, it's so beautiful and everything, blah, blah, blah. Because, when I remember that my uncle said, you just need to share about your business, don't share anything. And I said, no, I want to come back to me. My intuition tell me that I want to have people care about me and not just about my offer. So I share that. And people say, oh, you are so great. I want that to share more about that, talk more about that and everything. And I was like, oh my God. And it's so right, because it was a time that my body tell me, my mind or my body, I don't know, tell me, you need to share to the world. It's time. Because my sister told me always, you need to share that. It's so beautiful. I said, no, nobody care and everything. But I say, this day was my day, because my body say, oh, you need to share that. You love this. You are proud of this work. So just share to the world. You don't know. Nobody sees. It's fine. And when people start to say, oh my God, it's amazing and everything, I was so shocked, because I was like, oh my God. And it's really what you say is really about to understand that sometimes you just need to start to love yourself and really, deep about your intuition, and say, oh, what I really want right now. Because not everything is about the strategy, not everything is about the rule. It's really about, for me, understand who you are as a person, and really understand that you are important. For me, for a longer time, I was thinking that I am not important, because I learn to people please other people. So, and I am an empath. So I was like, for me, I can detect really the emotion of the people. So I know that when people is not good, I will try everything to fix. So, and I was a fixer of my family and everything. But when I say, my body say, no, you cannot handle anymore. You cannot fix everyone and accept that you are good, because I was doing that just to block other people, because I was thinking, oh, if I will fix them, they will see that I am important, so they will never leave me. And when I remember that is not true, you don't need to prove anyone your value. And it's for that I remember that I was attracting so much clients that don't see my value, because I was thinking I am not enough. And when I switched, I say, no, you are enough. If they don't believe, it's not for you. It's okay. I know that it's not about what the people are saying, but if you are attracting people that is always complaining, don't see the authority, it's from for you, as you say, the body. People are the image of you, is a reflection. And when I start to switch, I say, no, I become I am the value. They are not right and wrong. It's me. I'm just learning. Everything is working for me. I can guarantee you, I see the shift on my business. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy, because before I was just taking a coach just to say, oh, they will save my business, or they will save my business, or they have the solution. No, they don't. Of course, they will guide you, because for me, coaching, I believe in coaching for sure. But it's like a collaboration with your coach. It's not just, oh, you just need to follow and they will save your life. No, And when I decided to take my position and really come back to myself and understand why I want to people please, it was because I didn't love myself. I was thinking that, oh, I need to prove my other that I am the value, but it's not true. And is that I teach also to my client to say, sometimes if you don't have the result, it's not about the strategy or you don't know how to articulate to your follower. It's because you don't see you that you are important and you are the authority. And this one is true because sometimes we are thinking, oh, I need to do that, do this, do that, always go, go, go. And we don't listen your feminine energies are telling you, oh my God, you need to follow you. Sorry, I talk too much.
No, I love it. It's so true. It's the feminine, the masculine, and it's embracing both. And some people will have like, they're not always balanced. People will go through different things. Like when you were talking earlier about the painting that you did, like that's embracing your feminine. That's the creative side of you that really came out to play, which is amazing. But I think no matter if you're a business owner or not, the key thing is coming back to yourself. If you want the promotion and you're getting like whatever it is, it's when you can radically love yourself and know that you're enough as you are. When things don't go your way, because things won't always go your way in life, it's nothing to do with you. It just is. And then you can look at, hey, like if it's in business, hey, is this a strategy issue? Should I do this? Or hey, is this a mindset issue? Do I need to go deeper into this? Like, do I need to look energetically into this? And then you can go in whatever direction you want. But I love what you say. Like, I believe in investment. I believe in working with people, but I do 100% believe what works for one person doesn't work for another. And so therefore, I agree that if you're working with somebody, just because they do it one way doesn't mean you should. And nobody should ever force you to do things with people. I know the work I do is slightly different to the work you do, but with what I do, it's not about you should do this, you should do that. And I have people come into my DMs asking me for advice. I will never give advice. I will pose the question because you already know the answers. What you need is the training to tap into your intuition, to trust yourself, to love yourself. And when you've got that piece, no matter what you decide to do in life, you will be absolutely fine. And that is what manifestation is simply creating. It's having your vivid vision, embodying the person who already has it. And you can do that by feeling it now because your body communicates through feeling, and then surrendering and taking aligned action. So take the action because manifestation make the action takers, but also trust yourself. Trust, if you believe in God, trust God. If you believe in the universe, believe in the universe source, whatever it is that you believe in, because everything will work out for you. Everything, even if right now it doesn't feel like it will, to anyone listening, it will work out for you.
Yes, it's so true. And what you say is very nice. What you said that I will don't dictate what you will do. You will ask a question. And this one is so true because there are so many coaches right now tell you that there's only one way to do. And this one is not true. And I do the same thing with my clients. It's like, of course, I will guide you, but I will don't say how to do because for me, I don't believe that the way that I will talk is the same way that another client will talk like me. Will have client. No, they need to have your own truth, your own personality, and this one is a beauty. It's for that I love to have different personality because we need to have that. And I feel like in social media right now we try to do the same thing, and we forgot that people want to have different personality. And what you say is very true, that we need just to ask questions and to have someone tell you, okay, just come back to you and ask me a question. So what do you don't want in reality to have people tell you what to do. You want to come back to have a person tell you, okay, what happened to you? What is the reason? What you are feeling? Because you have all the answer, as you say. It's so true.
Yeah, 100%. Your intuition is always guiding you. You just got to tune in and listen to it. And this is the work that I do with my clients, helping them to actually listen to themselves, heal themselves. And then I don't particularly work with just female entrepreneurs. To me, it doesn't matter what job you do. That's not really where I niche. My niche is the healing element and helping people come back home to themselves, release the anxiety and feel fabulous. And I love that everyone does different things, and you work in your business with your clients, helping them to grow their business, but also through a holistic method, which I think is really, really powerful.
Thank you. I have a question. So how do you implement this law in your clients? So for example, if one client tell you that, oh, I feel anxious, and how you tell already us about tapping and everything, but and the amazing, exercise that you give you. But for example, if one person come to you and tell me, "Oh, I'm so anxious when I want to have a promotion for the job, but right now I feel like everything is against me." So, what advice can you give us?
Yeah, so what I would say is wherever you are in life, say if you want the promotion, I'd get clear on your vision. Like, what is the vision you want? Like, why do you want it? What is the why behind why you want the job, the clients, the business, whatever it is? And sometimes it's really difficult to know your why and to know what you want if you're living in constant stress or anxiety. And anxiety is literally the fear. And if anyone's listening to this, I do have a free masterclass that I did live yesterday on anxiety. So you're more than welcome to hit me up on Instagram and get access to it if you want. But if you're living in, it's hard to know what you want. So it's when you have to regulate your central nervous system. You can do it through tapping, hypnosis. There's so many modalities you can do it through. And then it's about becoming the person who already has that job. Like, how would they think? How would they feel? How would they act? What habits would they have? So if you want say, for example, you want more clients in your business, you're naturally going to show up on social media and you're going to speak your truth and speak what you think and not just regurgitate what everyone else thinks. And that takes time, but that version of you that has the clients you want is going to do that. And so sometimes that leads to healing. And there needs to be parts of you that you're not acknowledging or seeing. And you need to see these parts and heal these parts and really become aware of maybe there's been a traumatic event in the past that's still playing out. The trauma's playing out now. And it's knowing that actually needs to be released. The emotion to it needs to be released because the event happens, your mind screenshots the emotion, gets stored in the body, and then every time something triggers it, it replays in the body, and it's if you are living it right now. And that's how clever that our subconscious mind is, because it doesn't know the difference between real, past, present, and future. And so you can be living something that's not even happening, which is, our brains are clever, but also that's not productive, that's not useful. And so if you're posting content and you think you're going to literally be dying, or like people are going to be bullying you because it happened at school, that's not useful, and you really need to release that. And that is a whole part of embodiment, is the healing part. But also, I don't believe that we're constantly works in progress, and more fun you have, the more you'll naturally heal anyway. And so I would guide people through that, and depending on what they come with, depends on the modality that they would use. But literally, you can start, like I've just started a YouTube, so there's a tapping on there for acceptance, which is completely free. Every Monday I do a free tapping for people. So there's loads of little free ways that you can try things out to see what modality works for you. I've just done like a lucky girl hypnosis like free thing that I've put together. So if anyone's listening thinking, oh, I'm intrigued by these modalities, like could they work for me, and they want something, they want to taste it, then like absolutely like pop into like my Instagram, which I'm sure you'll put below, but it's Maria Therese, THERESE_manifestation. Because different modalities work for different people, and hypnosis work because it gets into the subconscious mind and supports you in rewriting your belief system. And also somatics, all it means is of the body, breath work, movement as well, which is really powerful because like your nervous system doesn't know the difference between anxiety and excitement. Mm-hmm. So through movement, you can take anxiety and create excitement. And fear, you're always going to feel fear. It's not always about releasing fear. It's about using fear as your fuel to propel you forward. It's making sure fear doesn't stop you from making moves. But every level you get to in any element of life, you're going to feel fear. And you're going to feel it and you're going to move anyway. It isn't about you're going to be fearless before you move, because you will never move, because it's never going to happen.
It's so true. So I have two last questions for you.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you want to work with you and connect to your world, do you have something coming up? Because I will put everything down. So when people want to work with you and connect with you, how they can do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got loads of freebies that you can pop into, and then I have Alignment Academy, which is a monthly academy membership for ambitious women that are ready. They're fed up of playing small, hiding in the shadows. They're ready to like live their fullest, best life. You do not need to be a female entrepreneur to be part of Alignment Academy, because it's focused on the healing. It's focused on learning to manifest, and to do that, a massive part of it is embodiment, and embodiment is the healing element. So as part of that, you get a whole embodiment portal of somatic practices, of hypnosis, of tappings as well. And then I add to them weekly, and based on what people want, I put personalized ones in there as well. And then 2 live calls a month. One is a moon ritual, which actually I'm running one tonight. And then one is like a Q&A. Bring your questions about manifestation. Every month has a theme. So June, it's been like Let It Rain. July is all about touch of gold, like Midas. But it's about having the healthiest, like the wealthiest, like life, and being the best version of you. And then August is Hot Girl Summer.
Wow.
And I think September is Sexy September. So I planned them out for a while. So yeah, I would say get into there. That is my low ticket offer, and I absolutely love it.
So I will put everything down. I will put also her Instagram that you can talk with her, and her YouTube channel. So yes. And my last question, if you want to have a word for this episode, what it will be?
I didn't catch the last part. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, a word for this episode.
A world.
Yes, to close the episode. Do you have a word to close the episode, or a sentence to wrap up this episode?
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, let me think. That's actually hard. Okay, this is from I heard this. This is not from me, this is from someone else. And they said, if you don't fail, you've never tried. I think it was Morgan Freeman. If you don't fail, you've never tried. And that really hit me hard, because you're going to fail. You're going to fall flat on your face at times. And that's exactly what you need to be doing, because that's how you create the success that you desire in your life.
I love that. Thank you so much for your time. I love this episode. I think there's so much value. We're going deep. So thank you so much. I will work on this exercise that you give us. I feel like it's very good to have a communication with our body. I love that because I never heard about that. So I will try. And thanks so much.
No worries. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And to everyone listening, thanks for listening.
Thank you so much. So see you for the next episode. And don't forget to be your own true